Hello guys and welcome back. This is Mr. Siege. Now we've had a release of a new update on the mail, in-game mail, struggle for supremacy. Now I'm not going to go through the whole lot because Omniarch's already done that on his video, and if you want to know all about this stuff, obviously go and check out his channel, guys. It's really good. Obviously everyone knows Omniarch and he goes through this fully. Everything in here is covered, so I'm not going to cover those things that is covered. I will go into more detail in some of the bits which I think are great, especially for engineering players. I say great, maybe not so great. We'll have a look at that. So going through here, I'd say the first thing I want to talk about is, first of all, arms training. Arms training is coming back, guys. That's great. Although some changes in arms training which may affect some of us. And the way I did arms training before, it's going to affect me, which I will get to, obviously. Now, first of all, Dolruk's puzzle box will now contain epic blueprint fragment choice chests that includes engineering fragments rather than obviously ones that didn't. Now, obviously engineering has been a thing for a long time now, and I don't know why this hasn't been done sooner. I don't know why a lot of things in like getting engineering equipment and blueprints hasn't been quicker to be released. Why have we not got anything in Lucerne Scrolls like the legendary engineering equipment blueprints, which obviously would be fantastic as well. So we do need more changes there, Lilith, but you're on the right track. Epic blueprint fragments aren't amazing, especially for people like me, but you can still use them. They're very, very usable. I know, obviously, I did watch Omniarch's video, and he was like, well, no one wants epic blueprint fragments in SOC, but, not necessarily true, because you can still perform okay with epic blueprint fragments with a siege march. Obviously, the only problem is, if you get attacked close range, you're going to be dying very quickly, and you're going to be taking a lot of severely wounded, to be fair. The next thing, obviously, I want to talk about, I'm not bothered about all this as well, is the main thing, of course. They've added 2 new engineering commanders, which is just completely out of the blue. Archimedes and Mary the First. Now, I did predict Mary the First was going to be coming, although I can't take full credit because I did think that was Catherine. Okay, but Mary the First, go and have a look at it. I did predict that she might be coming, which is great. An English queen, I guess. Yeah, she was Mary Queen of Scots. No reason why she couldn't have been a siege, an engineering commander, just as likely as any others that are out now. Archimedes in particular, though, because, he made like the Archimedes screw. He was a bit of an inventor, I guess, a mathematician. So engineering certainly suits him. So well played, Lilith. You've actually got one commander that could actually fit engineering. But this is amazing. Yeah, so they can be obtained by the Wheel of Fortune in Season 2. So they're going to be a legendary commander as well. And the legendary tavern, which is obviously using your sovereign keys that you're using in your legendary tavern. Now, unfortunately, I haven't saved up enough, so I can't just quickly unlock them. So I guess they will be available for me on the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the problem here is I've got about 1,600 gold heads, which means that, I could go and max these commanders pretty much straight away as soon as I obtain them. But then that wouldn't leave me enough to get the other commanders when they come out. And I believe, it's just a guess, but we'd expect 2 more engineering commanders to come out within the next couple of months, I suppose. Because we've had the archer commanders now. So we've had the archer commanders now. I believe they're out in game. I don't really care about archers. But then on engineering and leadership are the next cycle. So I'd expect them to come out in sort of like September time. A lot of people have been saying December, but that doesn't seem the case with the rate they're obviously releasing new commanders. And that doesn't leave me a lot of gold heads remaining to do anything with these. I could get into 5511 and potentially slowly work on them, but obviously just obtainable on the Wheel of Fortune. They won't be in the tavern in terms of using your gold keys, so they're not going to be gold key commanders, which is unfortunate, but we might be getting those if we get a siege civilization or engineering civilization, which obviously I do really hope for. So right now, should we be investing in these 2 commanders? First of all, that's impossible to say because we don't know what their skills are. We don't know how good they're going to be. They can't be amazing because they're available in Season 2. Could they be on par with Margaret and Baba? I don't know, because if they are on par with Margaret and Baba, then they're going to be great commanders. They're still doing a decent job, Margaret and Baba are, but they're not going to be on the same level as Gaja, Corda, or even even John and Stephen, really. Although, you know, we're expecting a huge engineering drop in the next couple of months because we haven't had a great pair of engineering commanders for now, like almost 2 years since Garja and Cordoba came out. So I'm expecting big things this time because I'll be honest with you guys, they're not performing as well as what they used to. You know, I've not had amazing results with them recently. And, you know, all the commander releases this year so far have been amazing. So we need 2 amazing engineer commanders in a couple of months. So I won't be fully committing to these. But I think I could potentially make them 5-5-1-1 and give them a bit of a test in. Although you guys, you do know I've got a restart account now, obviously, if you watch my videos. So maybe I could invest in these on my restart account. Obviously, try them out in Season 2 or Season 3. See how that goes, obviously. Now, if you do that, which I might be doing, then you could eventually use them in Commander Swap, maybe. And then obviously get your Garja, Cordoba, or if there's anyone better along the line, which we're expecting pretty soon. We could get combo attack damage, as we've seen in some of the commander profiles. If you click on, I think it's the skill damage thing, and it says doesn't include combo ranged combo damage and stuff like that. So ranged combo damage or combo damage should be introduced at some point, or at least it should be on the cards, or it looks like it could be on the cards. So again, we'll just have to wait and see for that. It could, you know, it could be interesting. You know, maybe these guys, Archimedes and Mary, maybe they're going to be combo attack. It's unlikely. I think they're likely to be skill damage. I mean, they could actually be smite damage commanders. There's no reason why not. We've not had smite for a little bit now. And obviously, the actual engineering talents and V formation and stuff like that, they do suit smite damage commanders. So maybe we could see another set of smite damage commanders, which would be amazing. Another huge thing here is dismantling legendary equipment with a special talent now refunds 100% of the forging cost and 50% of the awakening cost, which is absolutely amazing compared to obviously what it was before. And personally, I'm pretty sure I dismantled quite a few legendary equipment pieces with special talents and awakening cost, you know, awakening tiers. I think infantry and potentially cavalry to make my siege gear, because obviously the transition to Mr. Siege, obviously I was an infantry main before, so I did dismantle some legendary gear, and I'm hoping I'll get some materials back, and that'll be fantastic, especially if we've got more commanders coming. I could potentially run 5 marches at some point, and I'm going to need some more equipment, believe me. I've only got really four sets at the moment, let's say, but we'll have to see. I don't really want to run the epic commanders, they're not amazing, so these have got to be a step up from that. Now, the other thing I did notice in here, there was a rage. Let's have a look for the rage thing. Oh, it's been literally under my nose the whole time. So, combat optimization. Troops can no longer gain rage while out of combat. Now, that's kind of a huge thing. Now, rage is so valuable in Rise of Kingdoms. And if you're even just marching into combat and you're gaining rage by people in obviously already in combat, then you're not going to benefit from that anymore. But also, like I mentioned about arms training earlier, I use Joan and other commanders to rage load, basically, to make it better when attacking your arms master. Basically, they die quicker, you get your active skill off straight away. That's not going to be possible anymore by the sounds of it. Now, Omniarch did say he tried it recently and that didn't actually work for him. So we'll have to presume he did it correctly. I mean, he knows what he's doing, surely. But the last time I did it, it did work. Arms Master Lohar, you can see the arms training I did. I was gaining rage and then obviously releasing the active skill straight away. And you're trying to kill Arms Master Lohar as soon as possible. So I don't know how that's going to look in future now in arms training, but Siege still should do pretty well, because they can generally get those active skills off before the Arms Master even reaches them in actual melee combat range. So they still should perform pretty well. I'm hoping I can still do a decent job. But I presume you can still obviously gain other buffs when out of combat, like increased damage and stuff like that. Because obviously, I think Trajan and stuff does something like that. It increases your damage, or obviously we know Philip does as well now. So yeah, I was hoping to do that as well. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. Arms Master's coming soon, guys. So I'll be checking it out and obviously hopefully making another video on Ars Master. Everything else, I don't think there's much else I need to go through here. So guys, let's just see what obviously we've got in store with the new engineering commandos. Obviously I'll be doing a video when we know more about it. Let's see some skills and stuff. And that's it from me. This is Mr. Siege, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye guys.